You can scream all you like, Bellman. I'm the only officer on patrol. And all the other vermin are at work. Besides, a bit of a struggle makes it even better.
What the hell are you doing?
Merely proving a point, Governor. Look at her. I told you she was faking.
Peel away 40 years of wrinkles and 2 husbands, and you'll see a station manager's young wife in northwestern New South Wales in the 30s.
Mullins. Maggie Mullins. I don't believe it.
Oh, you better believe it, you bugger.
Oh, Maggie.
Roger, I thought you were ill at home.
Mr. Grimmins, no, there was a dental appointment, actually.
Well, I don't know what I said to you, but you look as though you promised to whip the lot out.
No, nothing like that. No, it was tomorrow, and I thought it was today. I got the days mixed up.
Are you sure you're okay?
Me, I'm fine. Yeah. Now, a trip to the dentist always puts me in a bit of a state, even when it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Well, look, I better make a move, Mr. Grimmins, because I promised my wife I'd pick a few things up on the way home. So.
Right, I'll see you back at the bank later, then.
Yes.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? 45 years.
You don't look a day over 25.
God, you haven't changed a bit, you old bugger. You're always a bull artist.
Bluey always said you were the prettiest thing for 500 miles. Oh, except for me, of course.
God, even a goanna would look good after all those years of staring at the sheep. Good old Blue. He was always a real mate to me.
Those were good years.
Yeah. Do you ever sit and think about what you'd have done if your time was to come over again?
Well, I wouldn't get married, for starters. Nothing like a husband for ruining a girl's fun.
Sometimes I think I've wasted my life.
Oh, then you must have changed. Oh, you didn't waste much time with those shearers.
No. We were a couple of goers, weren't we?
And who'd have thought then that we'd end up sitting in a prison cell like 2 old ducks? Almost worth getting arrested for.
God, you must have been bowled over when you found out what you were carrying.
Oh, come on, honey. Well, I may be old, but I haven't lost my marbles.
Do you mean that you knew it was drugs?
Well, I didn't exactly inquire, but, well, I figured it had to be drugs or diamonds or something. You don't get paid a small fortune for toting old newspapers round the world.
But heroin!
I know, the hard stuff, but... Well, I didn't know, did I? Packed away before they gave me the van. All I could think of were those greenbacks and tropical nights in the Riviera.
Maggie Mullins, you always did live in a dream world, but I didn't think you'd ever be taken for a sucker. Bee'll have your guts for garters. She hates anything to do with drugs.
Oh, she'll just think I was an old lady led up the garden path.
I hope so. If she finds out that you knew, you'll be wishing that you were back in Tallahassee.
Oh, Tallahassee, honey. Oh, you haven't changed a bit.
You bloody beauty.
Not bad for 5 minutes work.
Yeah, a couple of these a week and I'll be able to retire. Or at least stay pissed for a couple of days.
Hey. And the rest.
Right, now let's get our butts out of here. Hop on, I'll take you home.
No, I don't reckon you and me should be seen together for a while.
Okay, I'll catch you later. Now get rid of this.
Yeah, well, you just stay cool, all right?
Sounds great coming from you.
Oh, do I need this? I feel as though I haven't stopped all day.
Probably because you haven't.
Well, I'm just a bit depressed after that court business. Well, what's been happening with Tracy?
She's been given a light sedation.
God, it must have been a terrible shock to her to find out she could walk after all she's been through.
Yeah, it'll be an even bigger shock to her when she realises that her paralysis won't wash with the court anymore.
I am sure they will take her whole mental state into account. She certainly wasn't trying to fool anyone with the paralysis. It was mental trauma brought on by the car accident.
Yeah. Which took an even bigger trauma to cure.
Think we could have been wrong about her and Bowman?
Oh, perhaps. There's no harm done, is there?
On the contrary. Perhaps it's made Mrs. Reynolds have second thoughts about a star pupil. First Smith, then Bowman. Whenever there's trouble, Joni's name keeps cropping up.
Hey, everybody. I want you all to meet somebody real special. This is me old mate, Maggie May Mullins.
Kennedy.
Oh, Maggie May Kennedy. She's going to be working with us, and so you'll all get to know her really well. Now,
Pleased to meet you all.
that's the press over there, and that's me very best mate, Pete.
Yeah, we have met. Howdy.
She ought to be in a home, not the slammer. You'd think they give them a break when they're that old. What do you mean, old? I'm nearly her age if I'm a day.
Oh, that's what getting on does to a girl. She used to swear she was older than me.
Well, who is oldest then?
She is. So where'd you two ducks meet up, anyway? Oh, we met in the early 30s, didn't we, love? I used to cook on her husband's station. Every shearing season for 5 years. God, we used to get up to drink and wet.
But you've been living in the States, haven't you?
Sure, ever since the war.
What's it like over there?
Can't wait to get back there. And with a little bit of luck, I shall soon be drinking martinis in Manhattan.
How'd you figure that?
Well, my lawyer's working on it. We hope to get an extradition order.
Oh, but you've only just come home.
Oh, I love you too, honey. But that's where all my family is.
That'd be a whole lot better for your health, too.
Honey.
Well, how are you feeling? I've spoken to Sister Kelly.
What did she say?
Well, you're to undergo various tests. But in the meantime, she's going to give you a series of exercises to strengthen your legs. Hey, are you sure you're okay? Is there anything I can get you?
I really believed it. I wasn't trying to fool anyone. I really thought I was crippled.
Well, in your own mind, you were crippled.
Yeah. And I killed a man for crippling me when it was just my mind playing tricks.
Well, that's all in the past now.
Is it? I've got to live with myself knowing that I killed him for nothing.
Hiya, sis.
Oh, Maxine, I thought it might be Roger. I'm so worried. What is it?
Money. What does it look like? $2,000, that's what you wanted, isn't it?
Yes, but...
Look, just give it to Roger and don't ask any questions. Well, go on, take it. He's probably gone back to the bank now that his plans are screwed up.
Oh, Maxine, you didn't...
Look, just tell the stupid idiot to keep out of things he can't handle next time, okay?
Don't worry. I think Roger knows he wasn't born to be a crim... I'm sorry, Max. I didn't mean that.
Ah, forget it. I've been called worse things than that.
See, I told you working in the laundry would be a breeze, now didn't I?
Yeah, regular holiday.
Yeah, well, don't let the freaks see you're enjoying it too much or you'll be moved.
Not bloody likely. Mrs. Reynolds said it'd be all right, but now it's official.
Hey, did you really go all through India in a combi? God, it's not my idea of a holiday.
Oh, India's wonderful. Oh, the scenery, the people and the food. Of course, not everyone can take that type of thing. Now, Betty, that's my friend, she had to go and get a tummy wog and be sent home. No stamina, that's the trouble.
Well, when did you get caught up in the dope practice?
Do you lot mind? This is supposed to be a laundry, not an afternoon tea party.
Well, I was only
Well, don't. She can entertain you with her travelogues when I'm not around. I am not very interested in drug runners.
Come off it, Bea. Maggie's not that sort of person. She never was and she never will be.
Yeah, and I suppose it was a couple of $1 million worth of icing sugar she was carrying.
She was set up, Bea. It was planted on her. And by her friends. You wouldn't be suspecting any of your friends now, would you?
Some friends. Oh, what a fool they took me for. And they were right. Well, as far as I was concerned, they were doing me a favor, asking me to deliver that van. Well, look at the wonderful holiday I had, coming through the continent.
And you had no idea what was in it?
Well, I did have a nickel in the back of my mind, but, well, all I could think of was the trip. And I just kept hoping it was diamonds or pictures or something.
Of course you did.
What bastards taking advantage of an old girl like that?
All right. So you're innocent. Then what are you doing in here?
It's the system. That's what it is. It's so unfair. I mean, look what happened to me.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah, just about. I just bumped into Grimmins when I was supposed to be at the dentist. Look, he knows. He must know. I look so bloody obvious.
Just calm down and tell me what you're talking about.
I went there, right? And I waited for the bloke to come along, but... Well, he didn't. Well, I mean, he couldn't because someone got there before me and mugged him. He was lying there unconscious in the bloody lane before I even got near him.
I know.
You what? What the hell's going on here? Where'd this all come from?
Let's just say your little Crim sister-in-law did you a big favour.
Maxine? What the hell did you let her get involved for? I mean, that's all I need.
Oh, for God's sake, Roger, you've got your money. What else do you want? She's done your dirty work for you.
But the bloke is lying there half dead in the lane. She didn't have to lay into him like that.
What did you plan to do about it? Just tap him politely on the shoulder and ask him to hand the money over.
Look, I was seen. I was right near the lane. All they've got to do is make the connection.
You were seen, so what? You weren't doing anything. Oh, look, neither of us are going to be able to relax until that money goes back into the account. So for God's sake, go and do it.
I'm sorry, love. I'm really sorry.
Hello. Wally! I was only thinking about you the other day.
Oh, I bet she says that to all the boys.
Oh, what are you doing here?
Playing chauffeur?
Yeah, he offered to drive me over in the off chance I could see Bea or Lizzie.
Well, I'm sorry, it's been a wasted drive. They're not allowed visitors until tomorrow.
I did want to see them. I missed them at the court.
Well, I'd like to say it was okay, Judy. but
I
really-
know, all right. How are they anyway?
Well, they're all right, considering. Hey, how about a cup of coffee? Oh, and I'd like to hear what happened after I left court, too.
Yeah, well, you've never known me to refuse a cuppa. Come on, Wally.
Well, hi. Are you looking for Lizzie?
No. Just checking. How's your first day? Any problems?
Just getting it all down. I never miss a day. I've got diaries at home that go back for 25 years.
Well, I don't think you'll be filling them in quite so fast in here. Unless, of course, you've got one hell of an imagination.
Oh, Oh, then you don't know Lizzie and me. I've got 42 years of good gossip to fill every page.
You two know each other.
Oh, Lizzie Birdsworth and I go back to, well, before your time. We're practically family.
Oh, God, that must be quite a reunion.
I'll say. Yes, all we need is a bottle of bourbon to celebrate, but I suppose that's out of the question here, even if one had the money.
Before you go any further, I think you should know that bribing an officer can land you a long spell in solitary.
Bribery? Oh, good lordy. Last time I tried to bribe anyone, I ended up walking down the aisle with him. Certainly learnt my lesson.
Well, I'll let you get on with it.
Yeah, I wish I could have wiped the smug look off Ferguson's face this morning.
Oh, it was a convincing performance, eh?
Oh, yeah, Bea and Lizzie didn't stand a chance. She wheedled her way out of something once again. God, I'd love to ring her
I
now.
don't get worked up about it again. I tell you, Meg, all the way out here she was so steamed up it was like having a free sauna.
Anyway, how are things with you? Still doing your pottery in the bush?
Yep, still there.
I tried to talk him into coming to the halfway house and work with me. Huh, must be losing my touch. He won't be in it.
Well, I don't blame him. Must be very peaceful up there. Yeah, and here was I, thinking it'd be very nice if you'd come down here and give some pottery classes.
That's a great idea. The women haven't had anything like that for ages.
What is it with you lot? All the time trying to get a bloke to work for a living.
Oh, come on. Seriously, though. What do you think about 1 or 2 classes a week? I mean, the women would jump at the chance to do something different.
Yeah, they certainly would. Do you reckon Mrs. Reynolds would let them?
I don't see why not. What do you say?
Oh, I don't know. I'll think about it, but no promises.
Thanks, love. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Well, is everything all right?
Problem solved.
Thank God. You sure no one noticed anything? What about Grimmonds?
Not a thing. Money's back in the account and no one will ever know the difference.
Well, maybe we can start getting some sleep around here. Oh, Roger. Let's not ever get ourselves into a mess like this again.
No, we mightn't have my wonderful little sister-in-law to get us out of it next time. Yeah, I can't get over Maxine. I mean, the kid's got guts, if nothing else.
I think you better forget all about Maxine being involved, and she'll do the same. That way no one need ever know. Okay?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the whole thing never happened. And I'll never let it happen again, love.
Oh, this sure isn't the Hilton.
You get used to it.
Oh, I've slept in worse. You should have seen us in Casablanca.
Casablanca? Was that the picture with that girl?
Oh, it's a
with
town in Morocco, honey.
Oh.
So, this was B. Smith's bed.
Yeah. Bea and me shared a dorm for years, off and on. Now they're gonna split us up.
Well, I hope they didn't move her out for my benefit.
No, of course not. They separated it because of that zip gun business with bloody Nola.
Oh, well, just keep reminding me not to cross that lady. Huh. What we need now is a real nightcap. Say, what's the drill for getting extras round here?
Well, you gotta have the dough for a start.
Oh, money's no problem. Now, which of the officers is the best bet?
God, you've got a lot to learn. You don't go trusting any of those screws.
Well, I won't try Mrs. Powell for sure. All I got from her was a lecture on bribery.
Po-face? You tried to bribe the deputy governor?
Well, Buddy always said, it's no good messing around at the bottom. You've got to go straight to the top. Hey, that's where I made my boo-boo. I should have asked the governor.
God.
So what's Florida really like? I've always fancied myself laid out under one of those palm trees they have.
You'd fancy yourself laid anywhere.
Florida's not all it's cracked up to be. Too many old people for my liking. And then the sun always ruins your complexion. Well, look at Lizzie's skin there. Too much sun and cigarettes, eh, Lizzie?
That's a load of bull. They never did me any harm. I've just got lots of character, that's all.
Oh, she hasn't changed a bit. Always thought nothing in the world could harm her. You know, I never forget the time when she battered a snake to death with a ladle and then used it to serve up the stew to the men.
Is that how you killed those blokes?
Just a minute. Miss Ferguson, I'm about to go to court. Well, I didn't want to go without saying anything.
I think you've said more than enough.
I just want to say I'm sorry. Look, I know what you think of me. I know you probably don't believe me, but I really am sorry.
Save your apologies for the judge.
I saw Mrs. Reynolds in the corridor a minute ago. I told her how grateful I am.
Oh, yeah. You've had gratitude written all over your face since you came in here.
I am. If it hadn't been for you, I could have been stuck in this chair for the rest of my life.
Spare me the violins.
Mrs. Carter, we'd like a word with your husband. May we come in?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Roger Carter?
Yes.
Just a few routine questions regarding your movements yesterday afternoon.
Yesterday?
That's right, so between 2 and 3 p.m.
Well,
That must have been the time you were at the dentist.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've spoken to the dentist. It seems there was no appointment for Mr. Carter.
No, oh, that's right. You see, I got the dates confused, and I just took the opportunity to do a bit of shopping.
Roger's really terrible with dates. I hope this doesn't mean that Mr. Grimmins is going to make things hard for him because he was where he wasn't supposed to be.
Yes, Mr. Grimmins, your boss. Seems he ran into you in the vicinity of Williams Lane, didn't he?
Yes.
Look, what's all this about, Inspector?
Oh, just routine, Mrs. Carter. We're checking on the movements of all the bank's employees. Robbery close by. Can't discount the fact that it could have been an inside job. You tellers are certainly in a good position to know all the customers' habits. Anyway, we've got enough for now.
Sorry we weren't of more help.
Oh, no worries. It's only a matter of time before we get him. Bye, Mrs. Carter.
Oh, I'm glad that's over. I've been putting off cleaning those windows for weeks. What's wrong with you?
I was just thinking about that Greek girl. Hope she's all right.
Oh, she's fine by now. I would imagine she's gone home.
Doubt it. She's pretty determined not to. See, I should have kept an eye on her and made sure she didn't slip off like that.
Come on, Mickey. You're not expected to be everyone's personal bodyguard. Anyway, she sounded as though she could look after herself.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just, I don't think I'm handling things very well. I really put my foot in it yesterday with Muriel.
What happened?
Well, I told her husband that she wasn't here when he rang. She nearly bit my head off.
You'll get used to Muriel's moods. She comes in here every week complaining about her husband. The minute you say one thing to her about him, then she leaps to his defense.
She made it like a total idiot in front of the others. Next time I'll just shut up.
You'll learn, honey. I did. And heck, I don't always get it right. I've been doing it long enough.
Maybe you're right.
You got a level head on your shoulders. You'll find that eventually you will end up dealing with some of the problems better than I do. And vice versa, of course. That's what it's all about, teamwork. Feel better now?
Yeah.
Good. Well, I might as well change myself back into the wonder window washer of the West again.
Well, it's okay, I'll finish the windows. You stay where you want to take a break.
Oh, thanks. Matter of fact, I was feeling like the whack window washer of the West. So what are you going to do with your night off, see, Cliff?
Oh, maybe. Should ring, though. He might have another date.
I thought you two were going steady.
Yeah, sure, but everyone needs their own space, and we have this understanding. If we want to go out with other people, we do.
Yeah, well, that sounds sensible. As long as you're both understanding.
Lizzie must want to go slow. She's been gone for ages.
Yeah, well, the way she's been snapping everyone's head off lately, I'd say let's just enjoy the peace.
Yeah, until the screws jump on us for not getting the work done.
There you go.
Hey, where have you been? You've been gone for ages. What have you been doing reading War and Peace to the kids?
Watch your bloody language. At least they know how to respect an old lady.
I know how to cheer you up, Lizzie. Now, how would you like a nice little tipple later on? A courtesy of Wentworth.
Aye? Where are you going to get it from?
Oh, I have my ways.
What's the matter? I know, Mrs. Emmett just happened.
Oh, it's my chest. Oh, it's gone again. I should just have to lie down.
Yes, I think you better. I'll get Sister to have a look at you. All right, ladies, get a move on. There's only 45 minutes at the end of work, Bill. Hey, Lizzie, what did you do to her? Did she try and swallow one of your stories? Yeah.
Hello?
Pauline,
What's wrong? You sound terrible.
I think they're onto me.
The police.
Nah, not the cops. Well, not yet anyway. No, it's Crimmins. He suspects me. I know he does.
How can he? He hasn't got anything on you.
Well, not yet. But look, if they decide it is an inside job and start checking the accounts, look, I've had it.
Calm down. You're only going to arouse suspicions if you keep acting this way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm not a very good crim. Look, I'll see you tonight. Yeah, I love you.
And another thing, you're not supposed to pull straws to see who does the dishes.
Don't suppose Cliff rang while I was upstairs.
No, not unless he disguised himself as a female bill collector.
Never mind. Who needs men anyway? They're always more trouble than they're worth.
My feelings exactly.
I better go and get the dinner. It's my turn.
That'll be the door.
Oh, Litza, come in.
Hello.
Sorry, Litza. Judy Litza Stathopoulos.
I hope you don't mind me coming back again.
Oh, no, of course not. I was worried about you.
Oh, I should have told you. I went and stayed with a girlfriend overnight. But her parents know my family and they kept asking questions.
Well, you just take a seat and I'll get your coffee.
Yeah, so how's your father, have you heard?
Oh, yeah, I spoke to my sister. Dad's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. Just another fake attack to make me feel guilty. He's back home again.
Well, Wally said he was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, he's had plenty of practice.
He hasn't tried to find you, has he?
No. My sister says he's really furious and he's being absolutely impossible. He's more strict than ever with her and my other sister. That's why I can't go back there, Mickey. It'd be worse than it was before.
Well, you can stay here till you work something out, can't she, Jude?
Of course you can, love. We might be able to help you.
Thanks. You're great.
Oh, well, settle then. I'll get you some coffee.
That doesn't sound too good, does it? All right, let's have a listen to your chest. Yes, it's a little difficult to tell with you coughing like that. Maybe we should have you examined by a doctor.
Oh, I don't want a doctor. I've had enough doctors to last a lifetime. Besides, what could a doctor do to a poor old lady like me? Unless he could whip me up an entire body transplant.
Well, I don't think we'll have to go that far. Some cough mixture ought to do the trick.
Well, back home, I always kept a bottle of Rivenol handy. That way, I wasn't always running to the doctor and pestering him.
We're bound to have something similar in here. I'll go and check and bring you something back.
Thank you, sister. Oh, and sister, if I could keep the bottle handy here in the cell, so I don't keep waking people up in the night with my wheezing. It's mostly at night that my attacks come on.
All right. I'll check with the governor and see if that'd be allowed. Now, in the meantime, you rest. I'd prefer she stayed here and didn't go back to work this afternoon. She's obviously quite weakened by that coughing fit.
Fine. I'll get someone to pop in and check on her from time to time.
Where's Litza?
Oh, upstairs taking a shower. Just fixed her room up for her. Hope her father doesn't come snooping around again and scare her away.
You know, honey, I can't help think that it was a mistake to suggest she stay here.
What do you mean? You saw the way she jumped at the idea.
I know, but she comes from a Greek family, a very strict Greek family. It's an entirely different lifestyle to anything we know.
Yeah, but that's what she's running away from.
Honey, people that come from strict upbringings usually rebel. I mean, that happens every day. But those ties are very hard to break. And Litza loves her father very much.
Yeah, but if he loved her, he'd at least try and understand and meet her halfway. As it is, he's just driving her away again. Surely we can help her, Jude.
I don't know, maybe you're right. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
Well, the chef's special is ready and waiting. Come on, you two. Dinner served.
Yum.
Is anything wrong? Well, that's nice, isn't it? Why should something be wrong just because I come to see me sister?
I'm sorry. I'm having a coffee. Could put one on for you.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Everything all right now?
I don't really know. Money's gone into the bank account. That's okay.
So what's the problem then? Don't tell me he needs more dough.
The police were round here this morning.
Oh, crikey, what made them come here?
They're doing a routine check on all the bank employees. See if it was an inside job.
Hey, he didn't say nothing to them about me, did he?
Oh, no, it's okay. Scared him though, Max. I'm really worried. His nerves have just gone to pieces.
Yeah, well, maybe in future he'll stick to being just a straight bank teller and save us all a lot of problems.
That money... You didn't keep any for yourself, did you?
No, I didn't. It was a favour to you, remember?
I'm sorry. It's just that I've been sitting here with that damn thing going round and round my head all day. I couldn't stand it if something went wrong now.
Yeah, well, it's not gonna. Me and Spud aren't kids. We can look after ourselves.
Might be Roger. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Mum.
Is Maxine there with you?
Yeah, we're just having a coffee.
Well, you can tell her to come home quick smart. I can't be expected to run this place on my own.
All right, Mum. I'll tell her.
You can also tell her to stop using this place as a hotel. She either lives here and pulls her weight or she doesn't.
Okay, Mum.
Mum wants you to go home straight away. Oh, crikey, Pauline, I wish you'd give me a break. She's always on me bloody back.
She's still very upset about Dad, you know.
Yes, I know that, but I can't replace Dad, can I? I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Oh, aren't you the busy one?
I'd like to help out a bit if I'm going to be staying here.
How you feeling, okay?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Come on, what's up?
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have run away from home like that. My parents must be awfully worried.
You shouldn't feel guilty because of them.
I can't help that.
It's only because you've had it drummed into you all your life to feel guilty. Can't you see that? Look, we're not living in the dark ages. You're not anyone's property. You're a free person. Everyone's entitled to their freedom.
But not when it means hurting people who care about you.
If they cared about you, they'd try and understand how you feel, instead of always thinking about themselves and what the neighbours think.
They only want what's best for me.
Look, you just got to start thinking about yourself. It's your life, not theirs.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Of course I am. Look, you said yourself you didn't like the chaperoning stuff and the idea of arranged marriages. That's why you came here in the first place.
You make it sound so easy. I wish I could get it across to my parents so simply.
Just got to start sticking up for yourself, that's all. Start fighting back.
Thanks, Mickey. I feel a bit better about it already. If only I was confident like you are.
Okay, but just stop feeling guilty, right?
All right, I'll try.
Load of crap.
Isn't there anything better on than this?
In case anyone's interested, Tracy Bellman, got 3 years.
Oh, I bet she's back in her cell, sulking.
Nah, they packed her off to Barnhurst. Probably to keep her out of the freaks' clutches.
Good riddance.
Oh, don't be too hard, Phil. She's going to have it on her conscience for the rest of her life. Yeah, poor kid. That must have been a real shock for her to find out she could walk again.
You're quite right, Phil. This show gives me the Jim Willies. What I need is a nice dry martini. Say, what time do they serve the cocktails round here anyway?
Cocktails? Bugger that. Sounds like a chunk's bum. Just give me a good drop of scotch.
Yeah, when you get to our age, it's the little things that count, eh, Lizzie? Suppose that's all over for me now.
come on, Mag, that's not like you. What about your extradition?
Yeah. Suppose they refuse me. Probably never see my family again.
Well, then maybe we should just put them in the position where they can't refuse you.
How are we going to do that?
Well, you've got the media on your side, haven't you?
Yeah, you've had a lot of good publicity.
We'll just play on that. Drum up some more support.
From in here?
Ever heard of letters to the press?
Oh, come on, B. You got in a big strife last time you tried that. You better not try it again.
If I've got an axe to grind, I'll bloody well grind it. Anyway, all we do is tell them how we feel about an old lady being imprisoned. Make it a case to change the law. So that anyone over 70 should be, on probation or made to do community work or something.
Oh, I don't want them to change the law. I'm quite happy where I am.
I wouldn't worry too much, though. I don't really think that a letter from a bunch of crims is going to change the law.
What's the point? Sounds like a fat waste of time, if you ask me.
It's what they call helping a mate. I reckon it's a bonzer idea, B. You write it, we'll all sign it. There you are, Mag. Cheer her up. Before you know it, you'll be back whistling Dixies.
I'm all right, Dad. I really am. The people here are nice, and they're looking after me. You don't need to worry, Dad. But I love you, Dad. I'm not trying to upset you. I just want a few more days to sort myself out. Please, Dad. He hung up on me.
Still angry with you, huh?
Yeah. He says I'm going to disgrace the family by going out with boys and carrying on. I wouldn't do a thing to disgrace them. I wouldn't. He's talking to me as if I was a slut.
Honestly, people should be made to take a degree in human understanding before they even think of having kids. All he can think about is himself. I'll go up and talk to her, Jude.
No, love. Let her cry it out. Here you go, honey.
Thanks, Judy.
You're going to make yourself sick worrying like this.
But I feel so confused about it all. I don't know whether to stay here or go home and face them or what.
You love your family very much, don't you?
Yeah. We're very close. We always have been. We never used to fight. I hate upsetting them like this.
Well, when you're young, you accept everything that anyone says without querying it. You're just growing up, that's all.
That's the problem. I can't make them understand. I'm not a kid anymore. They think completely differently to me.
Of course they do. They were raised in a different country. They're going to think differently.
So what am I going to do?
Honey, I can't tell you what to do. You've got to decide yourself the sort of life you want to lead. You just be true to yourself, huh?
Well, I won't put up with it anymore, Maxine.
Oh, crikey, Mum, I was only round at Pauline.
If it's not there, it's somewhere else. You take off without saying a word, leaving me to manage the garage on my own.
Well, Mike's there.
It's not the point. Now, look, you were sent here on the understanding that you'd be able to help me out.
I have been.
Only when you have to. I tell you, my girl, if your attitude doesn't change very... Now, look, I'd appreciate it if you'd knock before barging in here the next time.
There ain't gonna be no next time. I'm shooting through. Are you coming?
Well... Oh, now I've heard everything. I take you in, give you a decent home, and this is all the thanks I get.
Well, I didn't say I was going.
I don't know what I've done to deserve such an ungrateful daughter. How dare you come in here and cause trouble? You're nothing but a dirty layabout and needs to end up in jail.
I don't need this crap. Are you coming or not?
Yeah, you bet I am.
Now, if you go through that door, I'll ring the parole board. They'll know how to deal with you.
It's wasting my time. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, but what about your parole? They'll chuck you back inside if they catch you.
Yeah? Well, I'm bloody lucky you're not coming, aren't I? You're getting real boring.
Told you B was a good mate once you had her on your side.
You sure did. And do you reckon she's serious about that letter?
Of course she is. B doesn't go back on her word.
Well, I think it's a great idea. I just hope it works. Now, for a nice little nightcap. See what the kind sister left us?
Oh,
caution may cause drowsiness. Advised not to take while driving.
That's all okay. I didn't bring the Cadillac with me.
It's bloody cough mixture.
Oh, you can be real thick sometimes, Lizzie. Go on, what else does it say?
To be taken during the night or at 4 hours.
The small print, honey, the small print.
High-grade medicinal alcohol. Oh, Matthew Mullins, you old bugger!
Whoopsie.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, cheers.
Down the hatch.
Come along, ladies, the bell's gone. Oh, come on. Wake up. Lizzie.
God, what time is it, Mrs. Zip?
Time you were up and in the showers. Oh. Hey, you all right?
Oh, yes, just a bit tired, that's all.
Oh, what on earth's the matter with the two of you this morning? Come on. Come on. No, you don't. I want you both up and out of this cell within 1 minute. I suppose you think you've been very clever. Well, I wonder what the governor will think of this deceitful little prank. You'll both report to her straight after breakfast.
Look, if this goes on much longer, we're both going to have a nervous breakdown.
Well, you could have slept in the other room instead of whinging about me tossing and turning all night.
Don't you start taking it out on me. You got us into this mess in the first place.
I'm sorry, love. I didn't mean to snap at you. I'm just so damn jumpy. I don't think I can take much more of this. It's just a matter of time. I can feel it.
Look, stop it. Just stop it. They've questioned us. We answered perfectly. It was just a routine check.
You're just kidding yourself, love. That detective knows I was involved, I'm telling you, and so does Grimmins. They know, and they're bloody well going to get me for it.
Look, you can't go to work in this state. Let me ring and say you're sick.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. That'd make it look even worse. I'll phone you later.
Try and relax. I'll think of something. Please, please. I'd like to make a report on the Williams Lane robbery. No, I don't want to leave my name. The person you should be questioning is Maxine Daniels.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too.